Hello friends, this is Divya Goel. Welcome to my channel Creative Study with Coding, where we'll learn C coding in an effective way from day 1. In this video, we'll learn functions, types of functions, ways to implement a user-defined function, and examples. Now let's see what is a function. A function is a group of statements that performs a specific task and it has its own block of code. For example, there is a function named add function and it has its own block of statements. A function is of two types, built-in functions and user-defined functions. Let's see built-in functions. These functions are already defined in standard library functions. We just use them in main function and need to include appropriate header file. For example, scanf function and printf functions are defined in stdio.h or standard input-output header file. getch function and getche function are defined in conio.h or console input-output header file. And these header files are used in all the programs. Since all the programs have a function that is main function which is used to call all the statements. The void main function indicates that the main function will not return any value, but the int main function indicates that the main function can return integer type data. When our program is simple and it is not going to return any value, then we can use the void main function. This is name of the function and this is return type of the function and this is called the body of the function. Let's learn about the function in detail. See some built-in functions. For calculating square root and log, we'll have to include math.h header file in the program, and square root to calculate the square root and log is used to find natural logarithm of a number. And for a string, we'll have to include string.h header file in the program, where strcmp is used to compare two strings and strcpy is used to copy two strings. Next, we'll learn user-defined function. User-defined functions. These functions are declared and defined at the time of writing a program by the programmer. It means like a variable, a function is also declared and defined, and finally it is called in main function. So it has three parts: function declaration, function definition, and function call. User-defined functions can be used in four ways. First one is no argument with no return value. For example, void add and void parameter has been passed in parentheses, that means nothing, has passed as argument. Second one is no argument with return value, that is int add function. In this, nothing has passed as variable in the parentheses, but it has returned a value of type int. Third one is argument with no return value. It means two variables of type int have been passed in the parentheses, but it doesn't return any value. The last one is argument with a return value, where two variables of type int have been passed in the parentheses and it returns a value of type int. Now let's learn how to create a user-defined function. Let's see how to do this. We know it has three parts: function declaration, function definition, and function call. The syntax of function declaration is return type, function name, and the argument list. Let's suppose we have taken no argument with no return value, user-defined function. So we'll write here void add function with a semicolon. It is declared at the top of the program. In function definition, actual code is written and function is called inside main function. So a user-defined function is written like this. Now let's see how a user-defined function works. The execution of a C program begins from the main function. When the compiler encounters function name, that is add function here, control of the program jumps to the function name void add function and the compiler starts executing the codes inside add function. The control of the program jumps back to the main function once code inside the function definition is executed and executes rest of the statements inside the main function. There are all four ways to implement a user-defined function, that is no argument with no return value, and no argument with return value, argument with no return value, and argument with return value. You may just copy the codes and compile and run it to get the output of a user-defined function. Now this is an example of a user-defined function, that is no argument with no return value. Compile and run it and get the output over here. Now this is second way to implement a user-defined function, that is no argument with return value. Compile and run it. Get the output over here. Thanks for watching the video. Do subscribe the channel. Like and comment in comment section and share it as many as possible so that your friends can also learn it. And press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming videos. Keep watching. Stay safe. Bye bye.